At 35, I achieved financial freedom through rental properties. I bought some with cash and some with mortgage. I cover all my monthly household and utility expenses with rental income. Why is it advantageous to do it this way? I don't have to go to work from 9 to 5. I can take time off at any time. When I'm tired, I go to bed. I can use my time however I want. I get to play Lego with my kids for hours, which I do. When it's Monday and the sun is shining, I go for a bike ride. The streets are empty, people are working. I don't have to worry about income for the rest of my life. What's the worst part of all this? I have to think a lot about what I'm going to do all day. That's fun, of course, and I continue with my daily activities as if nothing happened, educating myself, making YouTube videos, developing content on Patreon and doing many other things. For example, now our third son has been born and so we are taking a stroll around. In any case, I feel great gratitude coupled with joy that I've been able to let go of the worry about providing for day-to-day expenses and not having to trade my time for money in a traditional employment relationship. I have managed to achieve financial freedom through real estate investing. A similarly quick method I'm working on now is investing in the capital markets. Check out the video called How to Retire in 9 Years with $0 in pocket. Welcome to my Invest with Jiri channel. My goal is to spread the word about working with finances, how to save money or how to invest and multiply money, how to protect your money from inflation and the pitfalls of the financial market. In today's video, we are looking at my journey to financial freedom. You will learn about the behind the scenes of my life and I will reveal how I became financially independent through real estate. How did I get into real estate? Through a friend of ours, we got the information that they were going to be zoning lots on land near where we live. My parents did not hesitate and conveniently bought the building lot for both me and my sister in cash. My parents were very thrifty and helped us a lot in our start in life. From the beginning of my college studies, the opportunity arose to buy a small apartment and gradually pay off my own home. We paid for half of the apartment with money from an investment fund my parents had invested in, and I took out a mortgage on the other half. My mom always said, "We gave you the apartment and the car, so you are on your own." After a while, I became interested in business and investing. I got into the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Kiyosaki and that started buying a lot of other similar literature focused on entrepreneurship and wealth creation. However, I didn't stay in my newly acquired apartment for long. I figured that if I rent it out, move downtown and live with my best friend, I could easily cover the mortgage and still have some leftover on the side. This fact has also contributed to me becoming more interested in real estate investing. I was fascinated by the idea that for relatively cheap money, only 20% deposited in the bank, a person can buy a property and offer it for rent. And if he buys the property well, he will end up with a few extra dollars. So I started looking for other properties to invest in. Because I knew I wasn't going to build on my parents' land, I put up a for sale ad and within 6 months I sold it at a 130% profit. I divided the capital raised from this deal into 4 parts and bought 4 new properties with it. It was not immediately, but within a period of about 2 to 3 years. I completely renovated each of the properties, building an inner core with a toilet and bathroom. I painted it, furnished it with IKEA furniture and offered it for advertising. All without a middleman, just as I usually do. Parallel to this venture into real estate, I developed an internet business and through it I was able to buy 2 more properties, an apartment and small garage. Around the height of the COVID panic, property prices shoot up incredibly. I figured I'd get rid of some of my portfolio. I managed to sell one of the apartments at a profit of almost 450%. I'm currently renting out 4 apartment units in a country town of 100,000 and the rental income will cover all my monthly expenses. This is not some significant money, but I'm at ease because I know that if I do nothing for the entire month, nothing will happen and I will pay all the bills. How demanding is property management? I often hear that taking care of properties is challenging. This is of course true, but I must add that property worries are impactful. It's a few hours a month when you budget it over a year. If I were to calculate the hourly demands of managing my properties, I would come up with something like 10 or 20 hours a month, which includes a 5-day-year renovation or painting a tenant's apartment in order to rent it out to the next tenant. If you have no problem picking up a paintbrush and painting the apartment or replacing the stovetop in the kitchen, you don't have to worry about renting physical property. But the fact is that renting out physical properties is not for everyone. Sometimes you have to argue with tenants to pay the rent. Sometimes you have an empty apartment and sometimes you have problem tenants. So how did I come to own the kind of property that helped me achieve financial freedom at 35 and provide for me for the rest of my life? I like to say that my brilliant entrepreneurial skills are to blame, but the fact is that low property prices, which have subsequently increased several times over, helped me to buy. This is where I get to the essence of my channel Invest with Jiri. In case you are able to invest for the long term and put aside portion of your income, you have the opportunity to appreciate your capital in an incredible way. Speaking from personal experience. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I'm glad you watched it to the end. Today I try to tell my own story of achieving financial independence in a realistic way and show that what I have achieved, anyone can achieve. Have a great time and invest wisely.